That's a quick mute. I don't want to hear someone's freaking thing in the background. What the fuck is going on, you beautiful human beings, you sexy individuals? How the fuck are you guys doing today? Most of you guys know I have 2 kids. Most of you, whoever the fuck watching me, I don't care. If you don't know, I have 2 kids. Yes, Zayden, he's 5. And Juliet, she's 1. Being a dad is amazing. It's the greatest gift to give yourself, in a sense, to be a dad, because you learn so much about yourself. I mean, you're raising a fucking mini you, in a sense, kinda. No, it's different, but it's the same. The way my dad and my stepmom go ahead and say that we raise Zayden is acostumbrado a la mala vida. It's just like pretty much saying that he's used to living like a hard life or a rough life. And not saying that it was because we used to beat him or we used to do this and that. It was more of along the lines of because we were always rough with him. We would let him roam around in just his diaper sometimes at the crib. Like, that was something that he liked to do. So we're not gonna go ahead and tell him no. And so at a very young age, we would do that with him, right? He always grew up like that. He was very tough. And over the years, he's gotten a little sensitive because, you know, trying to, like with Felicia, with the pregnancy, he had to kind of learn how to calm down and stuff. And I give him props for that because, you know, dealing with a pregnant lady is hard enough. And imagine dealing with a pregnant mom. I don't go ahead and blame him for anything. He's completely different with me than he is with her. And that's just a straight fact. I don't know if that's just the dad-son bond or something else. I honestly couldn't tell you. With my daughter, it's funny because he is so sensitive with her, but at the same time, he's so tough with her. They go ahead and pick on each other all the time. Plays with her as if she's like his age. And she's 1 and he's about to be 5, and she goes ahead and plays with him and she beats him. She is such a freaking bully to him. He's kind of learned to kind of let himself to a certain extent. There's some times where she kind of like smacks him in the face and shit like that, and he tells her no, like, don't do that. So he's learned a lot. For a 5-year-old, he's also learned a lot of responsibility with her. There was times where, you know, it was just me, him, and her because Felicia would be at work. So he kind of had to make do with playing with his sister, learn how to play with his sister, take care of his sister, take care of her, make sure that she got snacks, make sure that she ate a little bit. Yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, the other day, me and my dad, we went to go and went to Starbucks in the morning. My dad was just like, get juice if you want. So Zayden, being the kid he is, he's just like, yeah, let me go ahead and get some juice. He went ahead and it was just like, all right, let me go ahead and get some juice. Apple juice sounds good. He grabs an apple juice box. My dad's all like, if you want 2, go ahead and grab 2. Like, there's no problem, you can go ahead and grab 2. And he's just like, nah, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get another one for my sister. He was so like stuck on the fact that he needed to get something for her because we always tell him to share. If he has chips and she wants them, he has to share. And that's something that we've learned to do too. If I have something and he wants it, I have to give him some. Felicia has something and the baby wants it, she has to give it to her. Like, that's something that as parents we kind of learn that we either have to get 2 of whatever we have or we have to just share what we got. It's funny because there's times where Zayden's munching on a bag of chips and he doesn't necessarily want to share his favorite bag of chips or whatever. She comes over there and she tries to steal them from him and he's like, no, I don't want to share my chips. Sooner or later he kind of gives in and it's just like, all right, I'll share. A lot of the times they argue about it, they fight over it like the siblings do. But it's funny because she'll bully him, she'll beat him, she'll scratch him, she'll punch him, she'll slap him. And now he's kind of just like, I'm gonna let her. Like, I think he thinks it's funny, but they play so rough with each other. It's cute, like the little bond that I never saw. I've never seen that. So like to see that with my own kids is kind of cute. It like brings warmth to my heart to go ahead and see that they care about each other so much. Like yesterday, no one told them to go ahead and get that apple juice for his sister. It was just me, my dad, and Zayden. No one told Zayden like, you have to get something for your sister. No one told him you have to get this candy for your sister. No one told him anything, and he just did it all on his own because he felt like he had to. And I feel like that's something that, like, you don't teach that. I mean, you teach it, but you don't teach it. It's something that they kind of, in a sense, learn on their own, and they learn what their own values are. Freaking 5, and I'm proud of him. Like, this dude is something else. But he'll discipline her, not even the sense of like he'll beat her or like he'll slap her in the face or he'll tell her like, oh, you're doing fucking bad. No, he'll just pretty much like correct her. Don't do that, mom. Don't do that, Jules. Don't do that. I think it might be that I never grew up with a sister like that, like a very young age, because my stepsister was introduced later on in life. That care, you gotta learn it on your own. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend some quality time with him. You guys have a fucking great rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.